פה. And then one more thing. יסדה. Where is Claire?
It normally takes a bit for her internet to get back in to things, so I'm sure she'll be here.
Okay. Okay, good. So we start standing. Oh, here she is. Wonderful. Okay, good. So thank you everybody for being flexible with me. Next week, be Camino Santiago, so I will not be available for teaching, so it'll be only the following one. Okay? So, yeah.
No yoga next weekend.
No yoga. No, we'll be on the
You're going on the Camino de Santiago.
Camino
The whole thing.
Santiago.
The whole one, the whole thing.
No. We're
Oh.
doing just a
Amazing.
small portion of Portuguese road.
Oh,
Because
fantastic. Yes,
it has no
Portuguese.
uphills.
Ah, very good.
So it's easy.
Send us some photographs.
Okay, for sure I will.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Have a great time.
Thank you. Okay, so let's just focus inwards. And let's work a little bit with the breath and with the energy. So we're lifting the arms from the sides very slowly. And we're being aware as we're crossing the energy field. Inhale. And then we're exhaling exactly the same way down. And we're bending a little bit the knees. Exhale. Slowly. Inhale with awareness of the energy field. Feel how your hands are crossing it. Exhale, hands down. Again, hands crossing. If you feel the energy as you're crossing, then you're connected. And then it's much more powerful. Inhale. Slowly. Exhale slowly down. Bend your knees a bit. One more time. Inhale from the sides. Now let's pause without any force. Just pose up and focus on the image of energy shooting from the crown and the fingertips to infinity. Okay, and from here, let's pull that energy that comes from the heaven down and visualize that it's kind of moving down through the whole body and cleansing the body down and then exiting through the sole of the feet deep into the earth. Again, inhale from the sides, pose up and recognize the connection between heaven and the fingers and the crown. And then pull that energy down and visualize you cleansing as it moves through the body, cleansing and also nourishing with white light the whole body. Let's repeat it one more time. Inhale from the sides. Feel that your arms, hands are crossing the ocean of energy. Posing and visualize the light shooting from the crown, from the fingertips to infinity. And then pull the energy from infinity, invite it to nourish the head, the face, the throat and the neck, the chest, mid and lower torso, down the legs, all the way deep into the earth. Beautiful. And now from side to side, gently make sure that your arms are heavy and comfortable. Yeah. Feel softening from your shoulder all the way down. As you're doing it, visualize them as well your TMJ, temporal mandibular joint, yeah, where we eat, and soften that area as if this is well connected to your shoulders and to your arms, yeah. Feel that the softening there help to soften your shoulders and help the movement of the arms to be even more soft. Okay, beautiful. And then let's continue with some circles. As you're doing the circles, pay attention to the connection between your pelvis and your hip joints. Yeah. And do it very slowly and become aware at what's happening. You know, what's happening between the joints and the hip joints. What's happening there? And reverse. Okay, and now let's continue exactly the same, but only pelvis. And this is even more precise to feel the hip joint and the lumbar, the lower part of the spine. And try to be inside your body and to look inside. Recognize the movement. Let's change to the other direction. Okay, let's open a bit wider step and let's move slowly and kind of press a bit to one side. Inhale and press a bit to the other side. What we're aiming here is to feel the stretch in the opposite inner thigh. Yeah. So you're pushing to the end, inhale, you're pushing to the other side. It's very important that mainly the pelvis is moving, not the shoulder, the pelvis. Yeah. Okay, let's open a bit wider step. So now the stretch will be more pronounced and stretch. Inhale, stretch. Inhale, stretch. Inhale, stretch. Now let's hold it. Yeah, and push the pelvis as much as you can. Keep the other foot, the edge of the other foot strong, rooted. And breathe to the inner thigh. Inhale to the center and do the opposite direction. Inhale and breathe to the inner thigh. Okay, release. Let's release the pose. And again, from side to side, very soft. Okay, wonderful. Let's shake a little bit. Start by shaking the fingers as much as you can. So focus on the hand and slowly feel the separation between the fingers and the palm. Yeah, take time for that until you feel as much movement in that separation. Take time, it takes time until it starts to really work. And then you might feel like I feel that it starts to move on its own. It's very strange. Okay, and then let the movement start to come higher into your arm and into your shoulders. Okay, then let the movement goes more into your torso and allow your spine to be part of it. And then incorporate the whole body and the jaw. Let everything shake and move as much as possible. And although it's kind of weird to do it with a lot of awareness and make sure that the whole body is incorporated. Take time for this. Okay, and slowly let's stop and stop completely and just become aware, because now there's a lot of movement in the body. And allow yourself to breathe deep. Again, very deep breath. Fill up the whole body from the bottom all the way up. This barrel breathing. Exhale and soften. One more time. Allow your whole body to fill up with air. Exhale and soften. Wonderful. Let's bring the feet a bit closer, interlacing the fingers become aware of you doing it, and turn them up and stretch. Okay, and let's build a pose like we do, yeah, making sure there's power in the feet, widen your toes, activate your inner arches. Okay, feel a lot of power in the feet, yeah, and then slowly push your knees back and your tailbone forward, yeah, so it's opposing movement. Okay, make sure that your thighs are strongly activated, yeah, and there is a power in the pelvic floor and in the area of the hip area. Okay, continue to stretch up, and then from the top to one side, and stay there. Breathe deep and soften. Make sure that your arms are, if possible, even distance from your ears, I mean your upper arms. Okay, let's use the breath to inhale up. Inhale, filling up the body with a lot of air, stretch in the center, again activate from the bottom like we did before, and now we go on to the other side. Yeah. Make sure both arms are evenly stretched. Okay, inhale up and release the arms. And again, shaking a little bit just to release tension. And then side to side, again, to soften everything. Wonderful. Let's work with the shoulders. And let's make big movement. So we go slowly, and we're pausing backwards. And we're rotating the arms and opening the chest. So inhaling maximum air into the chest, and then we're exhaling and softening. Do it slowly. Really emphasize as much air as possible, and then exhale, inhale. If you can, inhale from the nose. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, inhale. Exhale one more time, inhale. Exhale, okay, and let's do the opposite. Inhale, pose, yeah, open your shoulder blades, rotate your arms, bend a little bit, yes, so there's a lot of space in your upper back. Inhale deep to the upper back. Exhale and soften. Again. Create a maximum space, opening the shoulder blades. Exhale. Again. Exhale one more time. Inhale. Exhale. And again, side to side, soften. Softening tension. Okay, and let's change a bit bigger movement from side to side. And make sure that as you're moving, your whole body is moving. Yeah, it's not only the upper body and lower is kind of frozen. You must feel the movement in the whole body. You must. Okay? Yeah, and make sure you're lifting the opposite heel, and life is wonderful. Yeah. Okay, very good. And then we're doing the same, but we're emphasizing a bit more. Twist as we're lifting. As well, emphasize more breathing into the exposed chest that is opening up. A lot of air. Okay, and then soft, 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 and we're posing. Just take a minute and observe what's happening. Observe how the breath moves in the body. Observing your posture. Is the head, where is the head in relationship to the rest? Where is your chin? Yeah. Observe your spine. Does it feel aligned? Okay, let's observe the weight distribution. Am I more on the heels, on the front, sides, one side or another? And try to kind of guide the weight so it will be exactly above the inner arches, exactly, yeah? And also, if possible, not only in the in foot or the instep, so there'll be a sense of equal pressure on your feet. So take a moment to really pay attention, and after you're adjusting that, then again open or widen the awareness to the whole body, and just see how, the fact that you are more aligned, what is doing to your whole being, to your whole organism, emotion, mind, what's happening to your breathing. Okay, wonderful. Let's continue working with the arms. So we're making big movement backwards, big circles. Again, we do it slowly. We're posing in the back, and we want to open as much as possible while rotating the hands backwards. Lifting the chin, exhale. Continue. Up, make the maximum movement to all direction and pose backwards. Exhale. Go. Exhale. A lot of air. Exhale. Exhale. Let's reverse. Pose. Stretch your arms as far as you can. Yeah. And exhale. Exhale. Exhale one more time. And now free movement forward with some clapping. And backwards with some clapping. And slowly from side to side, softening. Beautiful. Okay, good. Let's work a little bit on the hip joint. Okay, so choose which side you want to start consciously. Okay, and shift your weight into the opposite side. Before we lifting the leg, bring again power like we did before into the other foot. Okay, and then just lift your leg, just release it from the ground. That's all. Yeah, nothing fancy. And try to become aware that you're sending like roots from the other foot deep into the ground. Okay, so this will direct the energy down deep into the earth. Okay, so your awareness is really in the relationship between the body, the foot, the earth, and the center of the earth. Visualize it, and it's working strong. Okay, let's release. Find the center 1 minute. Don't go to the other side, and just observe what's happening. What's the difference? And see if you can maybe feel, I can feel it very clear, a very strong. I feel the left side, which I did, strong, and I see also very strong energy moving into the center of the earth. Very different than the right side. Okay, now shifting to the other side. Okay, activate like we did before, from the foot up to the pelvis. Pull a bit the pelvic floor, and then lift tiny, only 1 centimeter, your foot off the ground, and start to send the energy to root it down deep into the earth. If you want, you can incorporate the breathing, so when you exhale, more energy, more awareness, more power goes deep into the earth. Energy moves with image, always. So when you see it clear, then the energy has no choice, it must move. Come back to the center. Okay, and now again compare the sides. Now maybe, at least for me, it's not so apparent the difference. Okay, let's shift to the first side and let's gradually, slowly lift the leg and embrace the knee. And as the body allows, you know, we're pulling it more and more up, yet try to keep this awareness of rooting. Make sure your shoulders are soft. So the pull comes from the elbow, not from the shoulders. Keep the shoulders soft and keep rooting deep inside. Okay, slowly we're lowering and we're shifting, rooting first root in the other side and gradually lift and start to pull. Make sure how you embracing or interlacing the fingers to pull. Make sure your shoulders are soft and pulling from the elbows. Breathing deep and softening into the pose. Seeing that image of rooting and releasing. Release. Okay, let's do it again. And now let's do some rotation. And do it slowly and really try to emphasize the opening. Okay? Okay, let's pause and help. And now let's do the closing. Again, let's pause and help. When you close, try not to turn your body. On the contrary, push your pelvis, let's say, to the right while pulling into the left. Okay, let's release. Okay, let's do the other side. So we're starting with external rotation. Okay, and then we hold and we open. Good. Let's do internal rotation. And then we hold and we pull in. And let's release and shake a little bit again. Wonderful. Let's do a movement assisted with a wall or any surface that we can. And what we're going to do, we're going to lift the leg, like this. Okay? And what we want, this movement is to open the hip joint, okay? So, what I'm going to do, I'm placing the leg and then I'm twisting and then pressing towards the wall. Okay? The aim here is to support, by pushing against the wall and twisting towards the wall, to create an opening in the hip joint. Okay? So, now the knee, just a minute. The knee should be about level with the hip, okay? Not too high and not too low. What's important is the twist of the body and then applying pressure towards the wall. Just hold it. Releasing. And let's do the other side. Lifting. And then twisting. And then moving or applying pressure towards the wall. Releasing. Wonderful. Let's open a wider step. Good. Let's turn towards one side. And let's lift the opposite heel. Interlace the fingers, and we're going down to warrior number 1. And we go down. As you're holding the pose, work strong between both feet or both legs. Push them apart. Yeah, meaning push them apart but into the mat. Okay? Now let's go deeper and allow the knee to bend a little bit, and then try to stretch the back knee. Yeah, aiming the heel to the floor. Again, bend the knee, go a bit deeper, and then stretch it straight. One more time, bend the knee, go deeper, stretch it straight. And one more time, a bit deeper, stretch it straight, and come up. Release the arms, take a deep breath, find your center, and let's do the other side. Turning, lifting the back heel, interlacing the fingers, pay attention how you're doing it, and start to sink down slowly. Slowly, slowly. Okay, until you feel that the back inner thigh is starting to stretch. Okay, and then go a bit more, let it bend, and then stretch the heel down and stretch the knee straight. Inhale, come up, go a bit lower, and then exhale, stretch your leg, aiming heel to the floor. Inhale, release a bit, go a bit deeper, stretch down. One more time, inhale, go a bit deeper, and then stretch the leg straight, and then aim the heel to the floor. Pause for a second, deep breath there, and come up. And releasing. Release the pose, shake a little bit to release tension, a bit from side to side. Wonderful. Just take a minute, observe your body, observe your mind, kind of bring everything to center. Don't let your mind go anywhere. Keep the mind focused inside, adjusting the pose. Okay, let's continue. So again, we're widening. Let's aim the same pose. Yeah. Inhale, interlacing, going down. But this time, let's go down and let's place the external hand, or in my case, right hand, in the inner foot of the left. Okay, and let's do a reverse triangle. Okay, so first of all, we do it with bent knee, and then we try to stretch the knee. But here again, let's do it repeatedly. So bend the knee, inhale, and gradually stretch until the body stops. Again, bend. Again, exhale, stretch. One more time, bend. Exhale, stretch, and then we're keeping it stretched and we're breathing to the pose. Good. Let's join the other hand down and just stretch the leg and be there for a minute and breathe. Good. Let's bend the knee, drop the other heel, and help the body lift up. And then we're doing the other side. Okay? So let's lift the heel, interlace the fingers above, and first of all, we're going down into warrior number 1. Then we're elongating and we're placing the hand in the inner step of the front foot. And first of all, we are in that twist. And from here, we want to stretch and release the front knee a few times. Inhale, exhale and stretch. Inhale, bend, exhale and stretch. Release, exhale and stretch. Release, and then exhale and stretch. And now let's hold it in the twist. Breathing deep. Release, and then place both hands on the sides of the foot, front foot, and then just stretch it as much as your body allows. Make sure that the back heel is moving down. Just breathe to the stretch. Wonderful. Let's bend the front knee, stay down. Okay, and let's go to the center. Keep a distance, a big distance between the feet, and just press backwards. So all the weight goes on the heels while the arms are stretched forward. Breathing and relaxing into the pose. Okay, let's stay down and walk into the left side, and again pose in the end of the stretch. Walk slowly and pose on the right, and stay there, breathing deep. Come back to the center, and let's bring the legs inwards and move straight into the child pose, and just relax in the child pose, breathing deep and softly. Let's bring the arms backwards and just rest on the forehead, or if it's difficult, make like some pillow or one fist on top of the other, just to relax down with the arms backwards. And just focus on your breathing. Make sure that you're feeling that the breath is filling up the whole back as you inhale and exhale. Okay, let's help the body gently lift up into the diamond pose, and just sit quietly here for a minute, breathing and softening. Okay, let's go into the cat, and then lift up into downward facing dog. And let's stretch one heel down at a time. Make sure that you inhale as you changing, and you exhale as you pressing the heel down. Okay, now let's bring the left leg forward. But let's go straight into the pigeon pose. So we're resting the knee down, okay? Resting the knee down, and slowly we go down. We're resting the other foot down as well, yeah, the back foot. Make sure that your knee, your back knee is rolled inwards as much as possible, and the foot is pointing inwards as well. Okay. This might push you a bit off the floor, so that's okay. Just gradually come back or keep the body a bit more open. Yeah? So the challenge here is because the psoas muscle, inner thighs get stretched, so yeah, so we cannot do it, or we do it less. So you do as much as you can, and yeah, and then try to close in to stretch the inner thigh as much as possible. Yeah. Okay. Just hold it here. This is can be challenging enough. Yeah. You might feel that you are needing to keep away from the floor because going all the way down is too strenuous. Do whatever the body wants, no problem. Whatever you do and wherever you are, when you come to the maximum of the pose, just breathe to it softly. Yeah, this is the attitude of kindness, attitude of being soft and considerate. Not my best talent, I must say. Okay, and just to open more the hip joint, let's do some movement, yes? So we kind of leaning a bit backwards, yeah, on the arm. We want to release the tension, and then we want to close in again, yeah? Open, yeah, like this, and then rotate and close. Open, release, inhale. Yeah, so we give some breathing time for the muscle not to be so stressed in the stretch, and then we're placing the hand back down. If you want, you can lift a bit, bring your pelvis more parallel to the floor, and then go down as much as the body allows. One more time, release, open, then twist, lift up a bit, and then sink down and stop wherever the body stops and just breathe. Okay. From here, let's help the back leg to come forward. Yes, so we're holding it, and we bring it forward. Let's release the lower leg and cross it over now the straight leg. Yeah, the leg that was behind, now it is straight to the front. And the other leg, yeah, is rolled above it. First thing what we do a twist. So let's keep the foot straight. Let's embrace the knee. And then we're twisting. Yeah, we try to pull the knee as close as possible to the body, and then we twist. Make sure that the other leg is straight and strong. If you want to be even more, to bring it more power, you can lift the heel as you're pushing the thigh and pulling the knee up. Yeah? And we're twisting. Okay, let's release, head, torso, take a deep breath and release and soften. Wonderful. Now, next step, we're taking the top leg backwards, so we're pulling the foot backwards. So we're aiming the knee, the top knee above the lower knee. If you find it difficult, of course, you take less, whatever your body allows. Okay? And another thing we aim, which is always challenging, not to allow the pelvis to twist. Keep the pelvis as much as possible parallel to the front. Okay, let's just hold it like this because it's already challenging. Yeah, so pay attention what works and where. Yeah, and try to soften. Yeah, because when the body enter into new position, it starts to protect itself by creating tension in many places, including even the head, the face, that has nothing to do with the pose. So let's, before we continue, just make sure that whatever is not needed to be tense, you're releasing. Release into the pose and soften, soften, soften. Good. From here, let's support both sides on both hands on the floor, and gradually just apply pressure forward until you feel that the hamstring is stretching, and just stop there and breathe. Breathing deep. Try to be as clear, yeah, as precise as possible to the exact ligaments, tendons, muscles that are working, because you feel them, and direct the breath and the awareness exactly there. As clear as possible be. As precise you are, the body release more faster the tension. Okay, let's help the body come up. Inhale. Wonderful. So let's slowly undo the top leg. Let's bring the back leg, let's go back to the pigeon pose, okay? So we're bending the front, we're stretching the back, and straight we're going up to down facing dog. Again, like we started. Again, we're pushing one foot and another foot down, or the heels. And we're getting ready to do the other side. So inhale and exhale the opposite leg forward. Okay, and slowly we're sinking down. Okay, and like we did before, let's do it here as well. So what we do, we roll a bit to release pressure, and then we roll back, we lift a bit off the floor, and then we're sinking down to stretch. Again, release, roll, inhale, release the tension, roll back, lift off the ground, and go down. Release, inhale, roll back, release the pose, release tension, and then roll back, support on both hands, lift the pelvis off the floor, and then gradually apply pressure down, slowly, okay? Open your chest and hold the pose now. Again, be precise where your awareness is most needed to release tension. Wonderful. Let's release, and let's help the back leg to come forward. Like we did before, we keep it straight, and then we take the other leg and we bring it standing, crossing and standing, so we can move into the twist. Embracing the knee, pulling it towards the body. If you want, you can lift the heel of the straight leg. Make sure that you're flexing your toes, and we twist. Good. Now we're coming back, and we're pulling the foot of the leg that is up backwards. We're aiming one knee on top or above the other one. And before we go down, we're just holding the pose and we just breathe into it, because this is already asking the body to do something it's not used to, and it can create some tension. So we want to soften. Breathe and soften. Wonderful. So now slowly let's start to apply pressure forward. Again, wherever the body stops, we are breathing with a lot of awareness, being very precise. Where do I need to focus? And releasing tension. Okay, let's lift up, inhale. Let's undo the leg. Let's stretch both legs and just lean backwards and just wiggle the legs a bit to release tension. Okay, and then pull the buttocks backwards, and let's just gently go forward. Again, wherever the body stops, we start to breathe and soften. You can let your knees lift a bit, if it's create too much pressure on your hamstrings. And then gradually let's roll the spine back up. And let's do a leg lift, to strengthen our knees, the ligaments around the knees. So we're supporting both sides. We're arching a little bit backwards, so the spine is a bit arched, the chin goes to the chest. We inhale, and let's start with the left leg, pushing down and lifting the right leg. Okay, inhale, push the right leg strong and lift the left, and down. Inhale and opposite. Down. Inhale. Opposite. Down. Inhale. Opposite. Down. Inhale. Lift and turn. Okay? So keep now the foot turned outwards. Down. Inhale. Lift and turn the other one. Down. And now let's lie down on our back. And let's embrace the knees. And just roll on the back from side to side. Let's make circles, both knees together. You're feeling how the lower back and the sacrum are massaged, reversing to the opposite direction. Wonderful. And let's cross. Let's open our arms, okay, in a cross, and let's cross the right leg over the left and bring them both to the right. Okay. Pay attention what's happening and breathe to the twist. Soften and soften. Okay, before we go up, first undo, and then lift the left, and then join the right. Okay, now let's cross the left over the right, and then we're twisting to the left. Head to the opposite direction. breathing and softening and releasing and relaxing. Okay, let's undo, lifting the right, joining the left. Again, a few circles to massage the back. And then let's stretch. And let's allow the body to wiggle and shake a little bit, like we did standing. Try to bring movement into the whole body. Yeah. Make sure that you're also moving your face, your facial muscle, yeah, your jaw, your tongue, your eyes. As much as possible, movement in the whole body. And gradually we're relaxing, we're stopping the movement. And we're taking a very deep breath into the whole body. And when we exhale, we release tension, softening and softening. Again, deep breath to the whole body. And we exhale and we soften. One more time, deep breath into the whole body. Exhale and soften. Just allow yourself to sit, to lie quietly, inviting relaxation of the head, the face, the neck and the throat, the shoulders, the arms, the hands, the fingers. Relaxing the chest, relaxing the rib cage, relaxing the abdomen, the lower abdomen, the pelvic floor, the back, relaxing the legs, the feet, the toes, and we're just bringing awareness to the whole body to feel it together that it's relaxing. Like we did in the beginning with the awareness and the images. Here is exactly the same. The minute your awareness holding the image of the whole body, then the energy is filling up the whole body and you're aware of it. So try to be clear about the whole body. See it from inside. And then allow your mind to visualize as if it's bigger than its physical dimension. So the vibration inside will join the vibration outside. It's really not like this at all, actually. we feel the vibration wherever the mind is focusing on. So because we're including the inside and the outside, it feels like they are joining, but actually it's one space, one vibration. And then maybe you can even allow yourself to feel that the body and the whole creation is an ocean that vibrates together. And then let's start to introduce a bit deeper breathing, more pronounced. Feeling that you are breathing and bringing the life force into the whole body, even to your feet, to your toes, to the sole of your feet, everywhere. And when you exhale, just release, relax. Let's start to move the arms and the legs. Again, wiggle a bit. Wake up the physical body. Let's bend the knees and embrace them and roll a bit from side to side. And now let's turn onto one side. Take a deep breath there. And relax. And let's help the body gradually to sit up. Let's just take 1 minute to observe what's happening. And then let's conclude by chanting Om 3 times. Inhale deep. And let's take 1 minute of gratitude that we're here together practicing how blessed we are. And let's visualize that this beautiful energy is spread and shared among all beings in planet Earth and in the whole creation. Thank you so much. Have a most beautiful day and beautiful life. Gracias.
And a beautiful walk for you next week, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
Camino. Yeah, Yair, can I ask a question of the others? Because I was straining to hear you today, and I just wonder, is that just me?
At the beginning,
was-
it was fine, but it got better for me.
It was quite good all the time for me, actually.
Actually, I it was quite soft for me sometimes. Actually, perhaps Yair can turn up his thing a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, just a minute. Let me close the recording and then